Good afternoon. It is Tuesday and it is almost 4 o'clock. Just pulling up my, nope, not that one, not that button. Pulling you guys up on my Facebook so I can see comments. It is Tuesday, July 29th. I can't believe we're at the end of July already. All right, why is this not? I'm not finding. Let's see. There it says I'm live. There I am. All right. So, I forgot to turn that off so I don't hear it. All right. So it is 4 o'clock on the dot. Welcome to Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. My name is Jenny Fetz, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from East Contra Costa County. Hi, Patty. Welcome. And today Tammy and I are doing fun folds. And Tammy is like the fun fold queen. That girl loves fun folds. If you've ever taken her classes, or ever watched her lives outside of Teach It Tuesday, like on her Saturdays and Sundays, she loves her fun folds. So, hey, Tammy, I was just telling everybody how much you love your fun folds. I don't do fun folds as often, but so when I'm looking, I like to look through Pinterest, and I found one from Karen Titus of, I think it's called Stampin' on the Back Porch, and it's called the Pop Out Fun Fold, and I'm going to be using Inspiring Perfections of the Kintsugi suite, and I'm actually using a lot of the items from the Kintsugi suite. I'm also using textured notes, and let me show you 2 samples that I made. I had so much fun making these. This was the first one I did, and this one I'm using the back side of, I believe it was Full of Life and the Everyday Arches, and it opens up like such. And this is Cloud Cover. And I thought Cloud Cover went so well with these colors here. And then I used the Everyday Arches, or I think it's Everyday Arches stamp set with the cupcake. So that's one sample. Now I will include, along with the details for the card that I'm making on the video with you guys today, I will include pictures of my samples along with the supplies I used to make each one of those cards. And then this one was my most fun one. Not my most fun one, but this was, I loved this one with the Darling Dinos. I just loved coloring this guy in, and this is Full of Life as well. I love the polka dots, and I thought, well, with the balloons. So this opens up, and this uses the Nested Essential Dies, and it says Roar means happy birthday and dinosaur. It's just so cute. I had so much fun coloring these, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. I'm glad you love the cupcake, and Tammy, I'm glad you think this is cute, the dinosaur. I know how much you like the dinosaur stamp set. But anyway, these are the 2 we're going to do, or this is the style we're going to do. But we're going to do it with the Kintsugi stamp set, and we're going to do some coloring. And I'm adding a little something into this one. On this card, it's blank all on this end right here. I'm adding a piece of coordinating designer series paper or pattern paper to go with it. This is the card base. It is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 for our standard card. This goes on the inside, and it is 8 by 7 and, no, not 7, 8 by 5 1/4. And we're going to score that. And then this goes on the outside. This is your typical panel of 5 1/4 by 4. And then this piece is, let's see, where did I have it written down? It's 1 7/8 by 3 7/8 to fit on the inside on this. And then we are going to need the die. This piece here that I have for the die will be determined by what size die you're using or what you're using. So it isn't necessarily the same. It could be about the same. Actually, it looks like it was the same for both of them. So you're generally going to want your a white panel if you want white as the background for that pop-up. This is 3 1/4 by 4 inches. So let's go ahead and put these aside and we'll get started making this. Going again, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and it's scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to burnish this, and then we're going to set this aside. We're going to go ahead and do our scoring for the interior part. Get my, where did I put it? I put it in someplace safe. Oh, my stuff is sitting on top of it. Silly me. And this we're going to do, I was doing some cutting earlier. Forgot to clean that up. All right, let's see. Let's see if you guys can see this. All right, so this is 8 by 5. No, what did I say it was? 8 by 5 1/4. Yes, 8 by 5 1/4. And what we're going to do is we're going to score it at 4. Make sure I move my cutting blade up so I don't accidentally cut it instead of scoring it. We're going to score it at 4. And then we're going to move it over to 2. All right, there we go. Score at 4 and 2. And I think that's it for my trimmer. So we won't need a trimmer anymore, so I'll set that aside. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold it over. You're going to fold the score side over to the left, sort of almost like a backwards card. And then you're going to score for that 2-inch score mark over so it forms a Z fold. All right, and then we're going to burnish these for the. All right, let's see. We're going to center that in there. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and adhere this on. And this, I love this pattern. So let's go ahead and glue it on. Now this, what you're going to glue is you're only going to glue around the outer edge, because when we go to die cut it, you don't want the glue on the inside, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but we're going to put it right along the edge. So, all right, right along the edge. All right, there we go. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I sort of like it like that. This is not one of those directional papers, so you could have gone in any direction, but I sort of like having the blue. I love these blue flowers here, the Misty Moonlight. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to, no, my husband's talking upstairs. That's what it is. And the TV's on upstairs. So, all right, let's go ahead. And I'm going to move, hopefully it doesn't, no, you know what? I'm not going to move it because it'll be too difficult and I'll bump things. I'm going to use the third from the inside. So the third's 1, 2, 3, no, the fourth smallest rectangle from Textured Notes. This has become my most favorite rectangular die cut. And then I'm going to center it in here and use my little Post-it notes to secure it down. I'm going to stand up and look though. No, it's my husband having a conversation. I think he's calling about our trailer. So that looks about center. All right, I'm going to cut it over here. I'm going to die cut it on my machine. So now I've die cutted it, and it looks like I might have done this. See, lesson learned. You can see on here, I put the glue too close to the edge, and it squirted out while I was die cutting. So we're gonna have to use our little, so we can get rid of that. All right, so my suggestion is put it a little bit farther in from the edge, but not in the center. All right, so now we've got our piece right there. Now, you're going to, and you can always save, oh, look at that. I've never done the double cut before, but look, the this is great because the impression was, even though I cut it through, it was strong enough that it cut through on both of them. So these are great to save for another time, another card. And now I'm going to do, I'm going to die cut a rectangle to match out of this white paper so that we can stamp on it and color. So I'm going to get that done. And, all right. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Okay, there we go. So we're going to use that, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that in just a minute. But first, let's go ahead. Let's stamp, and then let's see, erase that. We'll stamp. I'm going to start the flower. I'm going to use, you could use any of these, but I'm going to use the flower because I think it would look really pretty and it'd be easy. It's an easier color, and I'm looking for anything quick and simple. And I'm also going to use the small flower. So I think I'm going to do this flower in the center, and then I'll do these flowers right on opposite corners. So let's go ahead and get out our black memento. We're going to go ahead and stamp this. Always use black memento when you're doing what's the word I'm looking for? When you're using Stampin' Blends. All right. I think we're going to go right here. And then we're going to go down here in this corner. Oh, no. Well, let's see if I can line this up because this is photopolymer. If not, I'll just grab another piece. Oh, that didn't work. Let me grab another piece and I'll die cut real quick. Another piece of this. So give me a moment. Normally I'd say there's two sides, but I'm afraid the black would have gone through. Yeah, you can see the black through it, and also because of the impressions and decorative edging that it leaves, you can't just flip that one over. So let's go ahead and cut another one. And it's a good thing I don't have this on my desk because it's shaking. No, I'm shaking the camera all over. So. All right, let's go ahead and stamp again. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to stamp the corners first. Yep, there's one. We're going to do corners. So I cannot believe it's the end of July already. I was just looking at and typing everything up and realize it's July 29th, which is the end. I'm going to stamp off once. Let's see. I don't think so. Let's go one more. The 29th, and I don't know about around you guys where you're at, but our schools just started today too. It's the first day of school. So I will find myself hopefully getting some sub jobs in the near future. Not too far the near, because we'd like to have teachers in classes as long as they can at the beginning to establish routine. But anyway, so crazy, I know. All right, we're going to use Petal Pink in light and dark to color, and then I haven't decided. Let me know what you think. I'll work on Petal Pink, but in the meantime, think about this. Do we want to do Old Olive? And I'll do a little bit of swatch right here. Old Olive or Lost Lagoon for our petals on our picture. Yours start the second week of August. Most do, but here we have what they call a modified traditional schedule, and the kids get 2 weeks off in October, or the end of September, beginning of October, 2 weeks off at Christmas, 2 weeks off in March, 1 week off at Thanksgiving, and all the normal 3-day weekends in between. So we start a little bit earlier for that. All right, let's go ahead and let me know in the meantime while I'm coloring the flower if you want Old Olive or Lost Lagoon for the petals. And let's start with dark. We're gonna just do a little bit in the bottoms. And all these petals are so close together that there's really no messing this up. All right. All right, let's do, and you know what? We're gonna do these petals here. We're gonna go ahead all right. And once we get this done, all right, let's see. We always start in September. You vote for Lost Lagoon. Tammy says Lost Lagoon. Great, we're gonna go Lost Lagoon. I wasn't sure. At first I thought Old Olive, only because Old Olive is here, but I thought Lost Lagoon would look so pretty too, so I wasn't sure. Let's see. Now let's go ahead and go out with our lighter color and blend it in with our darks. All right. All right. All right, there's that. Get that going. Sorry. I have found as I've gotten older, I don't know about anybody else, but as I've gotten older, I have a hard time multitasking. So if I'm focusing on my coloring, I'm not talking as much. So, all right, let's go Lost Lagoon. I'm gonna go with the darker first. We're gonna just go along the veins and at the base. And I might even add a little color to the stem there. And up here a little bit. There we go. Bring a little color in. Let's go with the lighter Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon always looks so pretty with Misty. That's true, it does. All right, there we go. This is the lighter Lost Lagoon. This is gonna look really pretty. All right. All right. Let's just go a little bit there. And there's that. Maybe I'll see if I have some Lost Lagoon. I don't think, you know what I have? I do. Actually, no, we'll probably use, I don't have any. Let me get those. The flowering. The flower accents. I don't have this. I wasn't planning it, but I think we're going to add the flower accents to this. All right. So let's go ahead and then, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use Lost Lagoon for our sentiment on the inside. And we're going to use the sentiment that says, thanks for helping me through this difficult time. And that goes right here. And it goes, make sure you have the folded part on the right-hand side. And let's go ahead and ink that up and stamp it in the center. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and glue the bottom of this onto this side of the card base. Yep. Just a little bit. And I tend to pinch these two together so I don't have an extra piece flopping around. And then we center it like you would a normal layer when you're matting it, because it's the same size that you normally do it. It's 5 1/4 by 4. All right, now we're going to close this, and this is where some of the magic, fun magic comes in. You're going to lay this right inside here. See how that works right there? And what we're going to do, you know what I just realized before we do this? let's go ahead and glue on this piece of, this one piece of designer series paper. Let's put that on there. So I love this paper. It's so pretty. I love the blues and the pinks, the petal pink. I was never a big petal pink fan until I started seeing it with some of the blues. And now it's probably my favorite pink. And I'm not a pink person. So I'll put that in there. Now we can close this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some adhesive right here only, and then lay this on top. Because if you were to attach adhesive here, you might accidentally get it in an area that would cause the card to adhere to the interior. So I think what I'm gonna do is use my, this is the one that I keep having issues with. I'm gonna use my Stampin' Seal so that I don't have anything oozing all over. And then we'll just slide this right into that spot where we popped the other one out, rub it here, and there we go. There is our card. Now I think what I'm gonna do, got some color there. Let's see, there we go. I think we're gonna add some flower accents. All right, here's my question for you guys, because I wasn't planning on adding any embellishments here, but now I'm thinking maybe we can either do the flower accents that are part of the suite, or we can do our antique pearls, and I can show you how I color them, and we can color them in Lost Lagoon. Let me know what you would think. Antique pearls in Lost Lagoon, or the flower accents. What's your vote? In the meantime, let me put some of this stuff away and share with you that Tammy and I will have all of my items on my blog, all the information you need for this card on my blog tomorrow. And there will also be a link to Tammy's blog with, there we go, with all of her card and her fun card. Oh my gosh, she did such a fun card. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to get on there first thing tomorrow morning and write down all the dimensions and everything, because I want to start making that card. Okay, Tammy says gold floral. So let's go ahead and go gold floral. And I have a brand new take a pick tool, because I got the new pieces, the new toolkit for preparation and everything else. That's a fun one. I can't wait to play with that one. All right, let's go ahead and go with our smaller ones. And I think, let's see. Oh, I like it right there. And let's see. Right there. And right there. So what do you think? What do you think about those three? I feel like there's something missing down here, but I don't know. Do I add the fourth one? What do you guys think? Do I add a fourth one? Yeah. Let's see. You know, I'm looking at it on the camera. You know, I can only take it off.
Yeah, I got 10. My name's Eric. I did a 2018
Let's see.
GMC Sierra 3500.
Let's see, right there. What do you guys think? That last one? I'm not sure what I should do here. What do you guys think? I'm waiting for, I know there's a delay in the live when I'm doing this. So just wait. Add the fourth. All right, so I added the fourth, and that one looks fine right there. Tammy, what you think? So, all right, we're going to go ahead and keep it right there. Yes, Tammy agrees. All right, perfect. Well, there you go. There is my thank you card. Oh, I'm so glad you think it's pretty, Patty. Thank you. This is my pop-up card. And what got me looking for one like this was I saw another card on a reel, and I really liked it, but then I started trying to make it, and the instructions just weren't very clear. So I thought, no, we're going to find something similar that the instructions are clear. And Karen Titus does an excellent job of being extremely clear with her directions. And so there you go. There is my fun fold for today. So I am so glad you joined Tammy and I today for our fun fold. I'm glad you joined me. And if you missed Tammy, I can't wait for you to catch her replay tomorrow. There will be a link to it from my on my blog. Sorry, words are difficult right now. But I would love to know if you want to tell me in the comments, do you like the dino? Do you like the floral? Or do you like the cupcake card? Which one's your favorite? I don't know. I have to say, I think my dino is my favorite and my floral is a very close second. I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, you can find all the information here on my blog tomorrow, www.stampinwithjenn.com. Stampin is 2 N's, Jen is 2 N's. And I am so glad you joined me. Have a great afternoon. Join Tammy and I next week for Teach It Tuesday in August. Will be our first week of August. And we look forward to, Tammy likes the dino. But we'll be looking forward to sharing with you. So it's a surprise. So anyway, hope you join us. Take care. Bye-bye.